Hello, and welcome to Always Late. I'm Katie Nolan, coming to you from my apartment, brought to you by my mortgage payments. What's up, guys? Things are weird. Things are super weird. But we're trying to make it work, and you need stuff to watch, and we need stuff to do. And so we're going to try a thing out where we bring you a modified episode of Always Late every week. We don't know how to do it from our respective houses. I haven't seen my friends, the staff of the show, in 2 weeks, but we're going to play around with some stuff and see what we can do. For this week, I'm going to FaceTime my friend Mina Kimes. We'll chat about some sports news, see how she's doing, check in with Lenny, her dog, very important. But, in an effort to maintain some sense of normalcy, normally we start the show off with some jokes. And we've been keeping a doc going, the staff and I, with headlines. I know there's not a lot of them. But I figured we'd start this weird broadcast off by reading some of them. When we do the show in the studio, I'm wearing sweatpants, I might as well be honest with you. When we do the show in the studio, we have a live audience. And so in between commercial breaks, we'll read all the jokes that got cut from the show, just like straight off the paper to the audience. And most of the time they're like, those are funnier than the ones that made the show, which I find offensive. But I figure, whatever. I'm just going to read a couple of these to you. Maybe you laugh. Maybe you need that right now. I know I do. And then we're going to call Mina Kimes. I hope that's okay. Also worth noting, we are making stuff over on our Facebook page. That's facebook.com/alwayslateespn. So you can check that out. Bear with us. We're trying to make some fun stuff. I haven't made internet videos in my house in years. It's a weird muscle to flex, but I'm going to try to get back at it. So, without further ado, here's the news of the week. Boom. Oh, you know what? Let me get some pictures ready so I can aid you in understanding. Check that out. Okay. Soccer stars are doing the toilet paper challenge, where they juggle a roll of toilet paper while quarantined. It's fun, though not to be confused with the toilet paper challenge that the rest of us are doing, which is trying to find toilet paper anywhere. After receiving heavy criticism, the owners of the 70s and will not cut employee salaries. The original move was so unpopular that, people couldn't believe it wasn't done by the Knicks. Waka waka. The Patriots released Stephen Goszkowski, this guy, after 14 seasons in New England, over a decade kicking for one team, and in the end, they give you the boot. Hold for applause. All right, the company that makes jugs machines, the ones, says their sales are down 50%. Jugs machines is also what Gronk calls mammograms. Tua Tagovailoa posted a video of himself working out on Twitter to show off his surgically repaired hip. This has to be the first time in history posting a video of a healthy joint actually helps you in the draft. You get it. Let's see what else we got here. Instead of Las Vegas, the NFL will reportedly broadcast the 2020 draft in a TV studio, and then we'll cut to the individual team's headquarters for each pick. It's a great way to find out who your favorite team is picking and if Dave Gettleman's going to be able to connect to the Wi-Fi. Heavy favorite is no on that. How about this? Veteran IOC member Dick Pound said on Monday that the Tokyo Olympics would likely be postponed, or as he's known internationally, Dick Kilogram. Also, now we do know, on Tuesday we found out that the IOC in Japan have in fact agreed to postpone the Olympics for a year, but the games will still be called the 2020 Olympics, which when you think about it, NBC's kind of been training us for all this time. Just think of it as a very, very long tape delay. It's all the same. Brian Hoyer, hey handsome, he's signing a one-year deal to return to New England, employing the tried and true tactic of going back to your mediocre ex after you get dumped. Cam Newton, he's expected to be released by the Panthers. So the Panthers and your quarantined grandparents, both unable to figure out how to use their cam. And lastly, in an interview with The Athletic, Terry Bradshaw said Tom Brady must have felt unappreciated to leave the Patriots for Tampa, which is shocking to all of us because if there's one thing the Patriots front office loves, it's a happy ending. All right. It feels like enough for the news, right? Let's go ahead and bring in Mina Kimes. Oh, wait, actually, before we do that, before we call Mina and talk to her and her dog, we have an important message to you from our own Stephen A. Smith.
Wash your damn hands, don't be nasty. Wash your damn hands, don't be nasty. Wash your damn hands, don't be nasty. Wash your damn hands, don't be nasty.
Again!
Wash your damn hands, don't be nasty.
What?
Wash your damn hands, don't be nasty. Wash your damn hands, don't be nasty.
Me?
Wash your damn hands, don't be nasty.
Gotta go to the bathroom. Can't hold it. I'm washing my hands. Down the turnpike. Can't hold it. Wash my hands again. Before I go to the stool.
Wash your damn hands, don't be nasty.
After I go to the stool. Wash my hands again.
Wash your damn hands, don't be nasty.
What?
Wash your damn hands, don't be nasty. Wash your damn hands, don't be nasty.
Me?
Wash your damn hands, don't be nasty.
Again.
Wash your damn hands, don't be nasty. Wash your damn hands, don't be nasty. Wash your damn hands, don't be nasty. Wash your damn hands, don't be nasty.
There's some nasty people out there, right?
Mina, hi.
Hello.
Hi, Lenny. Hi. Thank you for joining us. I have no idea what this is. We're trying to make a show. We're going to figure it out. You're our first esteemed guest.
Ooh.
Very happy to have you. First question, how's your quarantine going?
It is very similar to my normal life these days, right? Now that we're doing all these remote shows, like I am straight up working the same hours, which I recognize I'm that privilege with normal. I will say the strangest thing is like, and you were going through this too, like dressing up because we're doing these shows and putting on makeup and doing my hair every day is very odd.
I'm wearing sweatpants.
Yeah, right. I always forget. So then when I get up, like the other day when I got that sweater and I stood up, I was like, oh no, I forgot.
It's just
It's
like
an illusion.
Up. Yeah, we just have to go look good from here up.
Yep.
We're doing our best. And you're right, we are extremely lucky. We're not complaining. I feel like I've seen more of you than I would normally see, which I don't, I really don't blind. What's going on? So you're doing the daily still, ESPN Daily podcast. You guys can check that out.
Every day.
Going well every day.
Still doing a football show. And then we're doing these like highly quarantines and around the homes and
around the homes. Oh yeah, we got to come up with a name for Always Late that sounds like we have around the home, highly quarantined, pardon the isolation.
Right. Always late. Like what's a quarantine name for?
No, I was gonna say isolate. Always isolate.
Always isolate. I love that.
Always home.
Always home.
Which,
Yeah.
I mean, describes
Always
me
alone.
most times. Like, let's not get sad about it. I was built for quarantine life, but I am starting to go a little crazy. Luckily, I have Doris, so we just spend a lot of time together chatting about stuff. I don't think there's been any big NFL news about anybody leaving any teams that we should discuss.
No, nothing happening.
Other than Tom Brady as my NFL guru, what's the stuff that you've been paying attention to in free agency that you were either shocked by or that you loved or you hated?
Yeah. The biggest story now is the ongoing one, which is Jameis Winston and Cam Newton not having starting jobs in the NFL, and Andy Dalton. Respect Andy.
So nice.
It's really weird. Like, I don't think if you had told me even a couple of months ago that would be the case, I would have been shocked the way things have shaken out in free agency and with the trade market for those two quarterbacks who obviously have issues, many issues. But yeah, it's shocking. I don't know, especially because at this point, I assume either of them can be had for a pretty reasonable price.
Where do you think Cam's going to go? Do you know? I assume you know everything and you just, keep it close to the vest.
Yeah, I know. I've known the whole time. I just figured why I have to ration out my content these days.
Yeah,
so I'm just
that makes sense.
Sitting on it. Well, at this point, the only starting jobs left are the Chargers and New England.
What? You don't think Hoyer's like a great addition?
They like Tim. I have heard that from a lot of people that it is a not insignificant chance that they're going to roll into the season with Stidham.
Okay. What do you know about him? Because I'll be honest, I don't know much.
I watched a little bit of him before the draft, and I went back and looked at my notes so that I could talk about him, and I think his draft status was accurate and reflected what we saw. You never want to like say that about the team that got Tom Brady right in the sixth, to say that, you know, there's no shot. Yeah, I could be missing. I did not watch him, you know, in the preseason, so I'm sure you did. So it's been a long time.
That feels like 5 years ago. I don't remember anything that happened then. I too will have to go try to find my notes. I don't remember. The Tom Brady thing is stressing me out. I don't know if you saw, you and I were in a video together for Highly Quarantined, in which I've been going through this Tom Brady saga very publicly. Yeah. Because we're quarantined and we have to make content. And I recognize, I said it multiple times, that nobody's going to feel bad for a Patriots fan that like doesn't know how to feel right now. They're not going to feel bad when we're sad or angry. You were quite mean, but I get it. I get it. But I've been pretty open about it. Yesterday or 2 days ago, I said that when I was listening to his press conference with Tampa Bay, I reacted in a way that even I found shocking, where I expressed anger towards Tom Brady, something I've never done before. A lovely news organization wrote a headline that I just said F Tom Brady, and I've been getting yelled at, most notably by Darrelle Revis. He told me that he thinks that Giselle should end me. I don't know what I'm supposed. I feel like everybody's just on the internet right now, because there's nothing else to do. So just like looking for stuff to bounce off of. So a little bit of it I get. But when you saw this happening, did you think, like, you were there when I said it, did you think it was that crazy?
Well, the context in which you said it was, I thought, not negative about Tom Brady at all. You were saying, like, I can't believe I'm having these feelings about someone I used to love so much.
And I still love.
And then you immediately walked it back and you were like, no, I can't say that, right? I still, I'm going to go out on a limb and say I don't think Darrelle Revis watched the video.
Oh, no.
I do think this is your opportunity to form an incredible alliance with Richard Sherman, who, as you may remember, got into it with and you guys have history. You're friends, right? Didn't you play video games together once?
We did. I was really bad, and I think he was upset with me about it. But maybe, you know, I've been practicing. It's all I'm doing right now is playing video games. So maybe I'll hit up Sherm and see if he wants to play Call of Duty. And while we're in there, I'll be like, hey, so when Darrelle Revis quarantines you on his island, what are you to do? I don't know. Everyone, have you noticed that the internet's like more mad than usual lately?
Yeah, I think so. When I suggested in a different highly questionable quarantined clip that Maskoff, that Cam might go to the Pats, somebody tweeted at me, "You are embarrassing. This you are humiliating." It was extremely aggressive, but you know that's just a Tuesday, so I guess it has been a little bit surlier. Yeah.
Well,
I would say that.
Interesting because like any team that has news come out usually would get roasted, but is getting like super roasted because we all have nothing else to do with our time. So the Rams came out with their new logo and the internet hates them. I'm interested to know your thoughts. So
there were 4 logos.
All bad.
I disagree, actually.
I guess the one you like, I bet you like the like sans serif, just Los Angeles.
Yeah, I like that.
It's just typeface. There's nothing to it.
I like that kind of 70s. Look, the colors are great.
Yeah,
the colors are great. The old school colors. And I like that kind of 70s vibe. I also like the Rams head guy.
It's all right. It's something about it's weird. It looks like a digital ram. Like I don't really understand.
Yeah.
The lines are too sharp. That one that looks like a Chargers logo. What were they thinking?
The swoop. Yeah. That's what I'll be wearing if I do Rams preseason.
I was going to say, as an employee of the team, what's your official statement on all 3 logos?
We go by the Ramily first. So,
oh my God,
as a member of the Ramily.
I hate it. Also, does it pain you to say that?
You know what? I've been owned so many times about this. It no longer, like it just doesn't sting anymore. I like the colors. So I actually look better than the navy. So I'm more worried about the color than anything.
That's really all that matters. I think it'll really bring out your eyes.
Yeah. It's very vibrant.
What else have you been doing to stay busy?
Well, tonight, this is coming out today, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so tonight, this is pertinent to your interests. The NFL Network is re-airing Super Bowl 49, which, for those who don't remember, was between my Seattle Seahawks and Katie's beloved New England Patriots. I did a fundraiser for the West Seattle Food Bank saying if we raised $1,200, I would live stream myself watching the fourth quarter, which is one of the worst moments of my life, and it has surpassed that. Please still donate, though, if you watch this. Katie, tell me, where were you when that actually happened in real life, and what was your reaction?
I was, at the time I was dating a guy who was managing a bar in Manhattan. Yeah, go ahead and put that on, because it's going to get rough. I was dating a guy, and he had to work, and so I was trying to be the, adaptable girlfriend. So I sat at a table by myself during, the big Super Bowl party at the restaurant, and thought it was over. And when that happened, I flipped, I stood up so quick. It was like a high top. I stood up, I flipped a chair over, and was mostly surrounded by either Seahawks fans or just Patriots haters, just because nobody likes the Patriots.
It's so hard. Nobody understands when you're a pest.
We're so alone. We've kind of been quarantined our whole time in the NFL. We've always kind of been on our own. So it was wonderful. I loved it. You then know I went on to date a Seahawks fan, and we both were very grateful that we didn't date at the time of that, because
this was a bonding thing for us. Patriots fans are like those celebrities who post videos of themselves quarantined on their estates with killers in the background. They're like, it's just hard times.
Look, not yet. I was going to say, not anymore. We have to adapt to, and look, everybody goes through it. Some teams go from terrible to all of a sudden good. It happened to us, and then now we're on the other side of it. Do you think, should I be preparing myself for as steep a drop-off as I can?
I actually, it's sort of hard to tell right now, obviously, without the quarterback, but let's say they roll with Stidham, right? Our colleague Bill Barnwell and I were talking about, even with Stidham, do we really think a Bill Belichick coach team that has retained most of the defense from last year is going to, quote unquote, tank or lose enough games to get Trevor Lawrence? I'm not so sure. I still think they end up, I don't know if they're a playoff team, but I still think they win a fair amount of games.
What is your dream end to next season? Are you rooting for Tampa Bay to make it to the Super Bowl just so we can see it, just so Patriots fans will hurt? What do you actually want to happen?
Well, other than Seattle winning and Russ Cook
and the Ramley being happy or whatever.
I actually think if it came down to Brady and the Bucks versus the Pats, if the Pats had Cam Newton, I think I might root for Cam Newton and the Pats in that matchup.
I'm going to cut out anything you say after it and just clip off. I'm going to root for the Pats. Felice said Cam Newton, but whatever. If you
have to do some editing,
you'd be rooting for the Patriots. I've rooted for your Seahawks before, for you. I told you. They have a place in my heart because they're not a threat to me.
This is why everybody hates you, Patriots fans. This is why.
I have a few minutes left of being on top. Just let me enjoy it. Ay. How are you doing on toilet paper? Do you have all the supplies that you need?
Yes. My husband is he's not a prepper, but he ordered a month ago.
He has prepper vibes.
He has prepper vibes, yeah. And I have the opposite of prepper vibes, unprepared. What's the opposite of a prepper? A zero prepper, I suppose.
Yeah,
I'm a zero prepper.
Procrastinator.
Yes, that is my vibe. So, but I'm very lucky that he took care of a lot of that stuff. We've got Lysol. We are living large.
I found, so when I'm not a prepper, but when I need toilet paper in regular life, I'll just order a ton of it and then just be like, okay, you have toilet paper forever. And so when everybody was freaking out about toilet paper, I like opened my reserves. And I was like, oh, I got 2
Your
packs.
reserves.
Yeah, because I live alone, Mina, so I don't go through that much toilet paper. I just have a bunch of it. I also have a bunch of paper towels.
We're also ladies, and we don't even poop. So
yeah, no, we
this
don't.
isn't even relevant.
We don't.
to
I've
us.
never
Yeah.
pooped in my life.
Zero.
I'm lying. I poop. Sorry, internet. All right.
I'm
before I
clipping
let
that
you go,
one.
How's Lenny doing? Is Lenny okay? Does he know the difference?
Katie, he's thriving. And
He is?
yes, he knows the difference. Because I'm home all the time. This is his dream. I've been saying, like, you've seen Misery, right? With Kathy Bates, or
Yeah.
you're familiar with the plot. Like, that is Lenny. He is Kathy Bates in Misery. He wants nothing. Once he, honestly, I swear to God, I think he tried to trip me going down the stairs so I couldn't go to work. Like, his dream is to have me at home all times, captive. And that is what he has now. He is so content and happy. We go on long walks. He gets to be on highly quarantined. And yes, we are spending a lot of time together.
He got a new sweater because you did laundry
Did,
and
yeah.
you shrunk it. So new sweater for Lenny. Everything's coming up Lenny right now.
It's always the case with him.
I thought about fostering a dog.
Yeah, do
during
it.
this time, because I saw a lot of shelters were like, we need help. We got to get rid of these dogs. But then I guess all a shelter has to do is say that one time. And then everyone's like, I'll take it. So it was like, we put you on a waiting list. I'm like, oh, I want a dog
There's
so
a
bad.
waiting list.
Yeah, because everybody wants to help out the puppies.
Mm.
So we'll see. I'll keep you posted. My friend who lives a couple streets over is getting 3 puppies to foster. And I was like, what if you drop one off at my house?
Wait, that's like in Handmaid's Tale when they get like 3 children.
Exactly. That's exactly what I thought. That weird thought you just had. But yeah, no, I was like, give me one. She's like, well, they're puppies. They have to stay together. So you have to get 3 or none. I'm like, that doesn't seem fair. I think you're puppy hoarding.
Puppies also don't have to stay together. That's
I mean, I don't think they're all going to get adopted by the same family. So you might as well get them used to it. I would love on that dog. You want to see
come
him?
on. If you're listening, if you're a dog and you're watching, I don't
Let
know.
me love on you.
Walk by yourself to Katie Nolan's house.
Let me smooch you. Come for a walk. This
He's
is
ready. Oh, the little eyebrows. Is that a mini pincher?
What?
It's a mini pincher, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I love them. The little
So
eyebrows.
cute. He's like he's a mix. He's like a lab pincher pit bull mix. I don't know. Nobody cares about this. I just wanted to show you that dog. He's so cute.
So cute.
I'm
What
gonna-
would you name him?
Oh, I don't know. I've always said I want to name a dog Bear. I think it's the cutest. And I saw a lot of people do it, and I was like, I don't want to be a hack.
It's a dog. It's fine.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'll name him Super Bowl 49. Do you think that rolls off the tongue? Do you think I'm gonna do that?
Did you see Joe Buck did a play-by-play of Lenny, but then inexplicably called him Scraps the whole time?
Yeah, I don't know. I think Joe Buck is just in his own world where he's like, I don't like the name Lenny. I'm going to call that dog Scraps.
And then people pointed out to Joe Buck, that's Lenny. And he said, it's Lenny Scraps Kimes. The real ones know.
Wow.
So he doubled down.
Is Joe Buck like FaceTiming with your dog and you don't know it? Does he have a relationship with your dog that you don't have? I feel like we should keep an eye on that.
Maybe he does with that guy on Twitter who pretends to be Lenny. Do you know about this? There's a man out there. I assume it's a man, pretty safely, who runs an account. I think like members of my family follow this. It's so upsetting to me.
I mean, it's better than, if you don't have a dog, then you get Mina Kimes gifts, which is always weird to me. When Katie Nolan gifts remember
Okay.
my career that I don't.
Katie Nolan Gifts, by the way, there's many things amazing about that account, which tweets at me a lot as well with your own gifts reacting to me. But what's incredible is he, and again, I think we can safely assume it's a man, keeps it so updated. Like he has been hitting me with gifts from our latest videos, like the highly quarantined videos.
He's the best producer I've never had. I'm like, how do you know this? We did a mascot segment last season on Always Late, and in a meeting at the show, people were like, what have you ever done with mascots before? And I named like 4, and I'm like, I think that's it. And then the day we put the mascot segment out, replied with this thread with like 15 gifts of times I worked with mascots. I'm like, I don't even remember that.
He's like George R. R. Martin's fans, where they know more about Game of
Yes.
Thrones now than him, and they're, yes.
He
You
knows
should
more
hire
about the
him.
Katie Nolan universe than Katie Nolan knows, and that freaks me out. And then there's sometimes where he tweets stuff and I'm like, oh, I love that, but I can't retweet the GIFs account. I've done it twice. I feel dirty every time I do it. It's weird. This is all weird.
Have you ever
Tina,
it's like, yeah.
you've
I
got
was gonna say there's like that one account that is obsessed with Russell Wilson. I don't know if you've ever come across that one.
at Mina Kimes. I have. I've seen that. I've seen
I
that.
walked right into that.
You sure did, and I appreciate it. I'm going to let you go, but let's tell the people again where they can find you in this weird quarantine time. The ESPN Daily is an everyday podcast wherever you get those.
Yes.
The Mina Kimes Show featuring Lenny.
Yes.
That's also wherever you get your podcast. Highly quarantined sometimes. You're doing Around the Home.
Around the home. Yes.
And then tonight, you're going to live stream yourself watching the fourth quarter of Super Bowl 49. I'll be tuned in. Maybe I'll do that thing where I tell everybody to watch it, just like I did when you were in the booth for the Rams, to get people really hyped to watch you be very upset.
Yeah. I actually am already, like, the dread is beginning to set in for me.
You know, it would be very helpful for me if you could say F Tom Brady at some point in there so that maybe we could take some of the heat off of me from people that think that's something you can't say, even out of frustration.
Leave Katie alone.
Yes. Gift that, Katie Nolan gifts. Mina Kimes, everybody. Thank you so much for being with us. That's it for Always Late. We'll see you next week, I think. Bye.